Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 25th, 2017, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, several events happening today starting at 10 a.m. South African time. We have German Ifo Business number coming out. Now that's an important number, and we'll look at the DAX just in a little bit. And then at 2:30 South African time, durable goods orders coming out of the United States. And then later this evening, 7 p.m. South African time, Fed Chairman Yellin will be speaking. And at 9 p.m., ECB President Draghi will be speaking. So these two events, you just got to know about it, okay? It might not, move or shake the markets. It is the end of the, the end of the trading session for the week. So just be aware of it. That's really the purpose of it. But let's see what's been happening in the markets. It's been a really solemn week for the markets. Looking at the Euro USD, we've just been flatlining the past couple of days, just trading within this really tight range of about 30 to 40 pips. And, you could scalp it. There's definitely opportunities to scalp it, but just realize that we are trading in a little bit of a tighter trend, and we're right in the middle of this, the support, minor resistance level that we've kind of created for ourselves over the last couple of weeks. On the upside, we still have to see some sort of resiliency. If we're going to hit my target of 125, I think we're going to have to break this 184 before we hit the trend line, because we're getting much closer to a trend line right here and a possible defeat down to 115, 116-ish level. So keep an eye on this, okay, as we enter next week, okay, the last week of August and then the beginning of September. Looking at GBP USD, solidifying here between 127 and 128.44, and this is something also that has needed to be solidified. I mean, we were really in this downwards trend, and we look like we're taking a breather right here. Major support level at this 127.73-ish level, so keep an eye on this as well to see if we do break above or below it. I mean, if we do break below it, then obviously 126 is my next move, and I would look to short it. But if we do bounce here, we could bounce between 129-ish to 128, which is not bad volatility for the GBP. Looking at the USD CAD, which we haven't discussed in a while, looking like it's making a double bottom here. Okay. Had a tremendous correction in July, May into July, and we're finally bouncing here. Okay, what I'd like to say here is that, obviously, looking at the Canadian dollar has gotten much stronger. Okay, but it's not just that it's gotten stronger; it's also that it's technically speaking below 130, okay, which was a major place that we tried to break out of it several times and we didn't break out of it. So, correctional move if we do continue selling off. If the dollar does continue getting weaker here, we could definitely see it below 117, 118-ish level. So keep an eye on this as well as this absolves. Now looking at gold, it's been really a very quiet week for gold. Okay, nothing really that stands out. We've been in an $8 range really, and as you can see, we're flatlining here. So, over the last couple of months, we had a lot of volatility in gold. We went from 1,300 to 1,200, 1,300 again, 1,200 again, and now we're back into 1,300. Now the only difference here is that I liking this is that we're hanging out here. Okay, whereas in the previous places we just corrected ourselves right away, which is lending itself to imply that we're going to go higher here. Okay, we mentioned this in last night's webinar that as much as a symbol hugs a trend line or hugs a support line or resistant line, then it's it's looking to break that resistance or looking to break that support. So that's my consensus here for gold as we enter the latter part of the summer. Looking at the JSC though, look at this. Okay, this thing has been so resilient where the rest of the markets have not. Okay, now we're trading at all-time highs. We're almost at 50,000, which is a colossal move for the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. it's a breakout or a correctional move that is expected. Okay, that's just the way it's going to be. And we're looking here over a weekly chart here, and as you can see, we're finally breaking this out. Okay, and like I said, as long as it's all-time highs, you're looking to get a little bit more aggressive here on the upside. Now, you know, buying it here, it's a little bit scary to tell you the truth. But as long as you see it like it's breaking out higher, that's an indication for you to get a little bit, not aggressive, but get into it at least on the upside. Now there could be a correctional move here. That's another way to strategize here, slowly easing into a position on the downside, which, depending on if things are overheating in the South African market, might be the right place to go. So keep an eye on this. This is really something you want to look at because there's lots of money to be made here. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're looking like we're making a wedge formation, lower highs, lower lows. We broke that here. So are we going to get into a downward situation? It's not confirmed yet. Okay, definitely off of our highs by about 300 to 400 points. So it's a question mark. Okay, we have to see what September will bring us. If we do break some of these support levels, then we could see definitely a correctional move down to 21,000, 21,500-ish level, and that's something that's normal. It's accepted, okay, especially since we've had such a big run over the past year. Looking at the DAX, though, we're just sidewards trading here. Okay, there's not much going up on the upside, and we saw it a little bit resiliency here where it bounced off of its lows of 11,900-ish level, but we're not that far up or higher. Okay, we're trading at 12,177. So keep an eye on this as well on the downside. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading weekend. Thank you.